Why do couples fight about money? Have you ever wondered why so many couples who deeply love each other still end up arguing about money? Why is it that two people can stand before God, exchange vows, promise forever, and yet struggle to agree on something as practical as a monthly budget? Could it be that financial unity isn't really about dollars and cents? Could it actually be about trust, communication, shared purpose, or perhaps even spiritual maturity? Today we're talking about one of the most important subjects any married couple will ever face: financial unity in marriage. Whether you're newly married, engaged, have been married for decades, or you're praying for your future spouse, this message can help you build a stronger financial foundation that honors God. By the end of this video, you'll discover biblical principles that can transform not only your finances, but your entire marriage. So ask yourself this question: are you and your spouse walking together financially, or are you simply living under the same roof while walking in different financial directions? Let's begin. Every marriage brings two financial histories together. Imagine a young couple named David and Sarah. They met at church, they prayed together, they served together, they dreamed together. When David proposed, they both believed love would conquer everything. After months of planning and celebrating with family and friends, they finally stood before God and promised to spend the rest of their lives together. Like many newlyweds, they talked about buying a home, having children, traveling together, retiring comfortably someday. Everything seemed perfect. Then, real life arrived. Bills began showing up. Rent was due. Insurance increased. Groceries cost more than expected. Unexpected repairs appeared. And then they discovered something they had never truly discussed. David grew up in a family that saved every dollar. Debt was avoided whenever possible. Planning came before spending. Sarah grew up differently. Her parents enjoyed life. Vacations mattered. Using credit cards wasn't unusual. If something was needed, they often bought it. Neither family was completely right. Neither family was completely wrong. They simply learned different financial habits. Could many marriage conflicts simply be the result of two financial cultures trying to become one? The first money argument. One Saturday afternoon, Sarah came home excited. She had purchased brand new furniture for the living room. It was on sale, she said with a smile. David's excitement disappeared. "You spent how much? I thought you'd love it. We never talked about buying furniture. I thought I was helping." Soon they found themselves arguing. Was the furniture really the problem? Or was it the lack of communication? How many financial arguments begin because expectations were never discussed beforehand? The purchase wasn't the issue. The absence of agreement was. How different would that conversation have been if they had talked first? God's blueprint for financial unity. The Bible asks a powerful question in Amos 3:3. Can two walk together unless they have agreed to do so? Think about that for a moment. If two people are walking in opposite directions, can they ever reach the same destination? If one spouse wants to save while the other constantly spends, can wealth truly be built? If one plans carefully while the other hopes everything somehow works out, can peace really exist? Marriage isn't about having identical personalities. It's about sharing the same direction. Marriage isn't a competition. It's a partnership. Instead of asking, "What do I want?" the better question becomes, "What's best for us?" Could changing that one question change your entire marriage? Communication creates unity. When was the last time you and your spouse sat down to calmly discuss money? Not to argue, not to criticize, not to blame, just to talk. Do you know each other's financial fears, dreams, retirement goals, investment ideas, debt concerns, emergency plans? David and Sarah finally decided to have those conversations. Instead of arguing over purchases, they started planning together. Where do we want to be in 5 years? How much should we save? Should we pay off debt first? How much should we invest? Should we increase our giving? Suddenly, they stopped fighting each other. Instead, they began working toward the same future. Building trust through financial partnership. Many people dislike the word budget. But what if a budget simply represents agreement? Instead of saying, "You can't spend money," a budget says, "We made this decision together." Isn't that a completely different perspective? Budgets remove surprises, reduce stress, protect relationships, create peace. Financial trust grows every time couples make honest decisions together. But trust also disappears when purchases are hidden, credit cards are secret, loans aren't disclosed, or financial decisions are made alone. Ask yourself, is trust increasing inside your marriage or slowly disappearing? Planning the future together. Wise couples prepare before emergencies happen. Do you have an emergency fund, proper insurance, a retirement plan, a will, updated beneficiaries, estate planning? These aren't signs of fear, they're signs of wisdom. David loved investing, Sarah loved traveling. At first, they thought they had to choose one or the other. Eventually, they realized they could accomplish both. They budgeted, saved consistently, invested every month, planned vacations. Neither received everything immediately. Both achieved what mattered most over time. Could compromise actually be one of the greatest gifts in marriage? Walking together for a lifetime. Months later, David and Sarah looked back at how much had changed. Their income wasn't dramatically higher, life wasn't perfect, but something was different. The arguments had nearly disappeared. They prayed before making major financial decisions, reviewed their budget every month, celebrated progress together, adjusted their plans when needed, forgave mistakes quickly, encouraged one another consistently. Their finances became healthier, their communication became stronger, their marriage became deeper. God never promised every couple would become wealthy, but He does promise wisdom for those who seek Him. Before today ends, ask your spouse a few simple questions. What are your biggest financial fears? What dreams do you still have? How can I support you better? What financial goal can we accomplish together this year? Remember the words of Amos 3:3. Can two walk together unless they have agreed to do so? Financial unity doesn't begin with a larger paycheck. It begins with two hearts choosing to walk together, with God leading every step. May your marriage be filled with peace, wisdom, agreement, and faithful stewardship for generations to come. Thank you for spending this time with me. I pray this message encourages you and your spouse to grow closer, not only in your finances, but also in your faith and your relationship with God. Remember, financial unity isn't about having the perfect income or never making mistakes. It's about communicating honestly, planning wisely, praying together, and allowing God to guide every financial decision you make as one. If this video blessed you, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future videos on biblical financial wisdom, Christian marriage, money management, debt freedom, retirement planning, and building wealth God's way. Share this video with your spouse, your fiancé, a newly married couple, or someone preparing for marriage. It could be the conversation starter that helps strengthen their relationship and finances. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What is one financial goal you and your spouse are working toward together this year? Or simply comment "United" if you're praying for financial peace and unity in your marriage. Until next time, remember, when God is at the center of your marriage, financial unity becomes possible. And when financial unity grows, your family becomes stronger. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video. I want to invite you to go deeper. I created both the book and companion workbook, Debt Free in Jesus' Name, to help you move from information to real transformation. This isn't just motivation, it's a step-by-step biblical blueprint designed to help you break the cycle of debt, strengthen your mindset, and build a foundation for long-term financial freedom. The book will teach you the principle, and the workbook helps you actually apply them, with practical tools like budgeting guides, debt payoff strategies, and personal reflection exercises. If you're ready to become a better steward of what God has placed in your hands, the links are in the description. Start your journey toward peace, discipline, and financial freedom, one decision at a time. The financial teachings shared on this channel are based on biblical principles and are intended for educational and spiritual guidance only. They do not constitute professional financial, legal, or investment advice. Always seek counsel from a licensed financial advisor or qualified professional for your personal financial decisions. We encourage prayer, discernment, and wise stewardship in all matters related to money and faith.